Welcome to the channel. We are going to talk toddler readiness. Like, when do you know that your toddler is ready to enter formal homeschool? Stick around. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, I'm so happy to have you. While you are here, click that subscribe button and that notification bell, and I hope that you find everything that you need, love, and enjoy right here on the channel. If you've been with me before, welcome back. I greatly appreciate you as well. Toddler readiness. First, I want to say I have a 4-year-old. And technically, is she considered a toddler? I still consider her to be a toddler. So these are the things that I have done. I'm going to share with you just kind of some things that I've experienced and how I came to know that my toddler was ready for formal homeschooling. I also, disclaimer, it is hot. I am upstairs. It is warm. So if you see sweat beads, just know that it's warm. Okay, but in all seriousness, how do you know that your toddler is ready for formal learning? That is a really big question. A lot of people, when you're homeschooling, just making sure that the timing is right. And honestly, we have so many outside influences as to when our children are ready to learn. Society would have us to think that, they need to be following these steps and these milestones that they have. Or if they're not there, that our child is considered to be behind. Case in point for us, my toddler, who's now 4, did not even begin to speak words until she was almost 2 years old. 2 years old. If this had been my first child, I would have completely freaked out and lost my mind. Like, something's wrong with my child. What is going on? However, I have learned as a parent outside of homeschooling that our children do things in their own time when they are ready. And that readiness may not match up with those perfect milestones. My child speaks now in great sentences. She comprehends, she speaks to us. There's no issues there. Her speech is a little delayed, but I would say delayed, but it's really not, because she didn't start talking until she was almost 2. We're working through that. However, there are no struggles with her ability to learn and comprehend and communicate with us. But she did not meet that milestone. So just to start off, I encourage you to separate your children. If you have multiple children, it is hard to not compare one child to the other. All 3 of my girls did some of the exact same things at completely different times in their lives. Completely different. And as a parent, I just had to learn that that is a part of parenting. But it can be really concerning when you're trying to figure out when your toddler is ready to start formal schooling. And what I mean when formal schooling, I don't mean sitting down at the table for hours at a time, things like that, but on their level, at their attention span, whatever range that may be, are they ready? For us, some of the things that I noticed and why it is important. It's important to know that your toddler is ready because you don't want to push them into an area or a time when they're not ready, because what that can do is create a reluctance to learning. It can stress you out, it stresses them out, it stresses everyone else around, because we are now trying to push our child into these milestones that the world would tell us we're supposed to be with our child, and it creates a stressful environment. And I never want to create an environment where our children are reluctant to learning or not excited about it and take all of the fun away because we have these marks that they need to hit. It's time, let's hit this mark. I just never wanted to be in that position. And it's hard. It's really hard, especially when you're starting out as a parent. It's hard when you're starting out homeschooling. It is a challenge. Another challenge for me is that my youngest daughter is the first one that I have been solely responsible for teaching her how to read. It's a little scary. It really is. But we are making great strides. I don't expect her to read at the age of 4. There are probably some really smart children out there already reading at the age of 4, and I think it's awesome, but I'm not going to push that for her. We're not at that stage yet, but it's really a process, and making sure that you have the right tools, that you are equipped mentally and physically to be able to take that on and understand that it is a marathon and not a sprint. That's where my mind is at the moment. So I don't want to create reluctance for her to learn. So some of the signs and other things that I've noticed in our daughter that let us know that it was time, that she was ready. One of the things is her attention span. Her attention span went from 1 to 2 minutes to now we are at 10 to 15 minutes, which is a big deal for a 4-year-old. That's been a huge factor, just noticing that she is willing and capable to sit for that amount of time for anything, whether that's us reading a book or doing educational toys, whatever it may be. She is able to sit and she wants to. It's not, I'm bored after 60 seconds to 2 minutes. That was a big factor, something that I noticed immediately. I was like, wow, she's sitting. This is awesome. Another thing is that she started bringing us books. She started picking up books, bringing them to us, and said, I want to read. And we're like, okay, great. She opens up the book and she's running her finger in the book, like making up these words like she's reading. If that's not like a dead giveaway, I don't know what else is. But she was bringing us books, wanting to read. She had a desire to pick up books, and she still does, of course. But that was another sign for us. She's picking up books. She's showing interest in reading. She's acting like she's reading, even though she knows that she can't. But also, on top of that, there was the frustration of knowing that she does not know those words on the page. She would get upset about that. But I don't know how to read it. I don't know what it says. And that is a passion in her that she's like, I'm ready. I want to know what this says. I want to be able to read it. Another sign that we had was riding down the street. She started asking questions. She was like, Mom, what is this? What does that say? She would spell the words. She would do all of those things with different street signs. She's like also pointing out colors of cars and shapes, just at random. She just wants to do those things. She wants to learn. Her desire for learning just increased drastically in every area. Another sign that she gave us is that instead of playing with what I would call regular toys like Barbie dolls or non-educational toys, when I would say go grab a toy, she started grabbing educational toys, whether that was a spelling toy or numbered blocks or whatever it may be. It was all educational. We do have tons of educational and non-educational toys in our home. Whenever I would direct her to grab a toy, she always brought back something that was learning, always. She still does it now. And so now I have to direct her, like, go grab a baby doll, let's comb some hair, in other aspects. Now, learning for a toddler is not all numbers, letters, shapes, colors. It is about combing a baby doll's hair, building with blocks, but that's just not where her interest level is solely right now. Majority of the time she's grabbing educational toys, which I think is awesome because that means that she has a desire to learn. And at this age, they are like little sponges. They soak up everything, good and bad, but they soak it all up. This is our prime opportunity to fill her head with so much knowledge. As long as she is comfortable and happy and enjoying it, we will continue to push her. I say push, but we will continue to provide those opportunities for her to increase her knowledge base. We are now embarking on our journey for learning how to read, and I am using the Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I don't know that we will be there at 100 Easy Lessons, but that's a part of it. And we are also using the preschool prep DVDs as well as the books, and they have the little reader books. We are just really spending a lot of time reading. We are also working really heavily on phonics. so that she knows the sounds of the letters, and now we can put those into words. It's been really fun. I love this age. It's all new as far as being the sole one to teach her these things. I was not solely homeschooling my oldest daughter at this age. She was going to a Mother's Day out, and they were actually teaching her. So I had that help as well. But now I'm like solely doing this on my own, and I'm really excited about it. But she is just a light. She is a light every day in our homeschool. Like, just the excitement that she has with wanting to soak up everything. Even when my big girls are sitting down, she comes, pulls up a chair at the table, and she's like looking. She wants to know what we're doing. She wants to know how to do it. She gets frustrated if she's not able to participate. She wants to participate in the homeschooling experience. Whereas before, she would run off and go play, or she would want to watch TV. She was not interested at all. And this has been going on now for about 6 months. So we are really moving along with her learning. And I just want to encourage you, this experience that you will have with your child is going to be different. If this is your first child, it will be different than your second or your third. And if you already have other children, it's all going to be different. And it's all about the signs that you are able to see in your child. And those signs may not be exactly what I have said. However, those are some things that you can look out for. Just their readiness to learn, their interest level increasing, their attention span, them asking questions about what's going on in your homeschool or when you're driving down the street. Their desire to learn, and this is the age to just really fill their minds with so much knowledge and a joy, instill in them a joy for learning. This is the perfect opportunity. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Stick around this week. I have more toddler stuff coming, and we're just gonna talk all things toddler all week long. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and YouTube loves it as well. And I will see you guys right back here at The Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.